Drugs addiction and its consequences. Marijuana.
When using this drug, people seek for THC, a chemical found in the resin of the leaves of the cannabis plant. Cannabis produces different effects such as euphoria, relaxation, and an increase in appetite. For medical purpose, marijuana can be brewed in tea or other types of food as a painkiller. Now I will proceed with cocaine. Cocaine is an addictive stimulant that can enter the brain function and structure. Some people report the feeling of intense euphoria, while others report sensations of anxiety, pain, and hallucinations. This is due to the dopamine contained. Users primarily administer cocaine orally, intranasally, intravenously, or by inhalation.
Methamphetamine.
A powerful, highly addictive stimulant that affects the central nervous system. Crystal methamphetamine is a form of the drug that looks like glass fragments or shiny blush white rocks. Other common names for methamphetamine include blue, crystal, ice, meth, and speed. The effects of taking methamphetamine in small amounts can result in many of the same health effects as those of other stimulants. These include increased wakefulness and physical activity, decreased appetite, faster breathing, rapid or irregular heartbeat, increased blood pressure, and body temperature. Long-term methamphetamine use has many other negative consequences, including weight loss, addiction, severe dental problems, intense itching, leading to skin sores from scratching, anxiety, changes in brain structure and function, confusion, memory loss, sleeping problems, violent behavior, paranoia, and hallucinations. So even if it's in short and long term, like using methamphetamine, you are going to have consequences.
Tobacco.
Tobacco is a plant that contains nicotine, a psychoactive drug that speeds up activity in our central nervous system but has relaxing effects too. When tobacco leaves our smoke, nicotine is absorbed through the lungs into the bloodstream. When tobacco is chewed or sniffed, nicotine is absorbed through the members in the mouth and nose, so it's different. It then travels through the body to the brain. Nicotine triggers the release of dopamine, a chemical in the brain associated with pleasure. The effects can range from mild stimulation to relaxation, but tobacco may affect different people in different ways depending on how much is used and how often. The effects of inhaling tobacco is that cigarette smoke contains more than 4,000 chemicals, many of which are known to cause cancer. Those who smoke a little once in a while may enjoy the stimulant or relaxing effects of tobacco and may not notice changes in their health. But even light and occasional smoking increases our risk of experiencing tobacco-related illnesses. The greater chances of developing smoking-related illnesses such as heart attack, stroke, cancer of the lungs and mouth or throat, and respiratory diseases such as emphysema and chronic bronchitis. Smoking also puts us at risk developing problems with our teeth and gums. In women, when they are pregnant, they are increased risk of miscarriage, and their babies may have a lower body weight if they are smoking cigarettes with nicotine. The administration of tobacco is available in many forms, including cigarettes, pipe tobacco, chewing tobacco, and snuff or snus. Nicotine also is available in non-tobacco products, including gum, patches, and other smoking cessation aids. So these are all the effects of nicotine in tobacco, and methamphetamine. So please don't use it because they affect a lot in our health.
Alcohol.
Alcohol is characterized by depressing the central nervous system and affecting self-control. The main component of this drink is ethanol or ethyl alcohol, which have different concentrations depending on their process. The effects of alcohol are varied, and each one depends on the amount ingested and especially on the person, if they digest it well or not. Effects such as disinhibition, euphoria, relaxation, increased sociability, difficulty for speaking, difficulty for associating ideas, motor incoordination, and acute intoxication. The medical proposed. Alcohol is not used in the medical field. However, wine, which is an alcoholic drink, helps to improve cardiovascular problems without drinking excessively.
LSD.
It is scientifically named as lysergic acid diethylamide. This is an hallucinogenic drug. It produces changes in the blood pressure, in the body temperature. The users of this drug usually have visions and changes in their surroundings, many other hallucinogenic effects.
Heroin.
Heroin is a drug that comes from the morphine. The morphine is a derivative of the plant of opium. So the heroin is called a opioid drug. This drug usually the persons that become addicted to this drug usually are because they have a misusing prescription of morphine or methamphetamine. Once they become addicted to this drug, they change to heroin because it's easier and it's cheaper to get. So this is why most people change to heroin. The effects of heroin once they enter heroin because it's easier and it's cheaper to get. So this is why most people change to heroin. The effects of heroin once they enter the brain, they change the skin, the temperature, they change their visions, they change their body rate, the heart rate becomes slower, the respiration becomes slower, and this is why this drug is especially dangerous because when it's combined with many other drugs like alcohol or codeine, it's more likely to get to an overdoses, and it's easier to get to a death state with this drug because of the heart rate and the slower respiration. So yeah, this is the explanation of these drugs.
Individual and social consequence on taking drugs. At first, your friend might be bothered by your drug use. They might want to use them. After a while, though, they might change the way they want to do the other things while you want to use drugs. And they might not enjoy your company while you're high and they're not. Also, they might not want to associate with someone who uses drugs or hang out with a group of people who use drugs. When you're high or getting high, you won't be able to do other things with your friends like gaming, sports, going to the movies, skateboarding, or just hanging out. Instead of spending time with you, your friends will choose to be with people who like to do those things. Pretty soon, you will spend more time alone with other people who use drugs. They're the ones you don't mind being around, and they don't judge past you. And besides, now you have more in common with them than your old friends. They understand you better. You may even start lying and stealing to pay for your drugs use, and no one wants you around with someone like that. Drugs can also cause users to become paranoid about their relationship, like thinking that their friends are turning against them. Drugs users may even have become aggressive or violent to other people, even their family and friends. So, for those reasons and more, drugs can destroy friendships, families, and even your life. Don't let them destroy yours.